What's going on, guys? Your boy Mayo Jones here, and we back with another video. And this time we'll be doing our NFL playoff predictions for the 2025 to 26 season. As you all know, the playoffs are already here, and we already reached. So we're gonna get started here. So before I give you my playoff predictions, don't forget to put thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to my channel, more options, and comment down your opinion below to see who you got winning Super Bowl 60. So let's get started here. So basically, we're going to move to the AFC. So we got the Houston Texans facing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. As you all know, this game right here can go either way. I mean, both of these defenses are really good. But when I look at it, both of their pass rushes are very insane because you could argue saying that Texans do have a better defense than the Steelers because Texans are the number one defense overall and the Steelers got the 28th overall defense. So basically, the game's in Pittsburgh as well. So yeah, but as I look at it, the Steelers so far, like if their offense can get it going and their defense can limit CJ Stroud, I feel like Steelers can win this game. But sometimes the Steelers offense is challenging and the Texans offense is challenging at times because early on in the season they were struggling until they was able to get the offense going. But so far, the Texans offense is playing really good right now. And the Steelers offense, they were starting to get it going against Baltimore, especially without DK Metcalf. Guys were getting open, guys were separating. Aaron Rodgers was playing well. And so far, I just really like how the way the Steelers, offense is playing right now. And I like how the way the Texans offense is playing. I could totally call it my trap game because, sometimes the Steelers usually struggle in Pittsburgh, usually struggle at home in their building at times. But as you look at it, I just don't really know if I really trust the Steelers' O-line against that Texans pass rush because the Texans pass rush is elite and their secondary is elite, which I think they can play a lot of man coverage against an underwhelming receiving core. Pittsburgh, yeah, DK Metcalf back, but I don't think it matters. And Pittsburgh, I don't really think you have a strong running game, so that can cause problems for the Steelers' offense. I think it will be close. I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a low-scoring game, but I'm going to go with I could totally see the Steelers pull off an upset, but I'm going to go with the Texans here because I just really think the Texans are just like the much more better team overall and pretty much have a better defense as well. So, yeah. Even though it's in Pittsburgh, I just think the Texans are just like the more complete team overall, and that's why I'm picking them to win. Because I just don't really know if I trust the Steelers' defense to get some stops when they need to, and I don't know if I trust their offense, and that's why I'm picking the Texans. Then we got the Buffalo Bills against the Jacksonville Jags. This game right here can go either way. Now, this game is in Jacksonville. So far, Jacksonville so far, as you look at it, they're at home in this game. And, the Bills are on the road. As I look at this matchup, I can totally see this going either way because, both of their defenses are very challenging. Because Buffalo's, as you look at both their offenses are really good because so far Bills got the top three offense. They're first in rushing and 15 passing, and Jacksonville's 12th in passing and 20th in rushing. But Jacksonville has a really good run defense, and the Bills got a really good pass defense. And so far the Bills' pass defense is a lot better, and the Jags, run defense is mediocre, not great. It's good, and so far the Bills' run D is not really good as well. So basically, I can see it being an offensive game as well because so far the Bills pretty much have a top 10 defense, and Jacksonville does have top 15 defense. I can see it being a high scoring game as well. But I just really feel like, when I look at it, Jacksonville does have home field advantage, and the Bills are going on the road. And playing Jacksonville, I know it's difficult to play. But I feel like Jacksonville, you can argue saying that the Bills do have a better pass rush because I think Buffalo Bills, with their D line, with being healthy, I feel like they can find a way to limit Trevor Lawrence and make life difficult on them. And as long as they stop the run, they should be fine. So, yeah, basically this game right here should be fun to watch. But I think it will be close. But I'm going to lean towards the Bills to win and move on to the divisional round because I just really think the Bills overall are just a more complete team and pretty much have the better quarterback as well and coaching staff. Yes, in Jacksonville, but I just think the Bills are the more complete team. And I think Josh Allen and this Bills offense is going to be a little bit too much for Jacksonville's defense to handle, even though Jacksonville's run defense is good, but the pass defense has been declining a little bit. So, yeah, I'll take the Bills to win that game. Then we got the Los Angeles Chargers against New England Patriots. As you look at this game right here can go either way. This can be fun to watch. Now, this game's in New England, though. And so far, when I look at it, I think the Patriots, I just really think they pretty much, both of their offenses are really good and both of their defenses are really good. But you can just argue saying that, both of their defenses are the same. Patriots got the 8th overall defense. The Chargers got like a top 3 defense in the NFL. They're 5th in passing, 8th in rushing. Patriots are 9th in passing, 6th in rushing. And both of their defenses are really good, and both of their offenses are very good as well. Like, here's the thing. When I look at it, it comes down to, like, whose offense is going to be able to thrive in this game and whose defense can get more stops. Because so far, both of their defenses are really good. But as you look at the Patriots, their defense has been playing really good as well. Like, they can stop the run, they can stop the pass, similar to the Chargers. So I feel like if the Chargers defense, if they can find a way to get after Drake May, they will have a legitimate chance here to at least win the game. But when I look at the Patriots offense, you can just say they're well coached and they're more explosive and have a more healthier offensive line. And their defensive line, like, they don't have a great pass rush, but their defense does a really good job getting pressure. And, they're playing against a Chargers offensive line that's dealing with injuries. So if they can pressure Herbert, that's fine. If they can contain the run game, that's fine. Because so far, the Chargers' run game has been a little bit up and down. And the Patriots' run game has been a lot better, and their O-line's a lot better as well. So basically, I think it will be a good game to watch. But at the same time, I feel like this game right here is going to be a lot closer competitive, though. But I'm probably going to say it's going to be a little bit of a low-scoring game, a defensive game, because both of them do have a great defense. But I'm going to go with the Patriots here to win this game because I just think the Patriots, are much more healthier, especially on the offensive line. And I just really feel like the Chargers' offensive line will be their Achilles heel, which I think the Patriots' defense get pressure because they pretty much have the corners to man up against the Chargers receivers like they do. Like, I just really think the Chargers with their cornerback group, is going to be no match for the Patriots' weaponry. So that will lead to the hands of the Patriots and all that. So yeah, so basically, I'll take the Patriots to win this game at home. Next game, we have the LA Rams against the Carolina Panthers. So far, this game, last time when these two teams played, the Panthers did win that game. They won that game 31-28. But I feel like this game will be a little bit much more closer than we expected to. Now, last time when the Panthers played out, like I said, they did win the game. But so far, I like how the way Carolina has been playing as a team right now because they've been doing everything to at least, like, save the job. Like, so far, Carolina, their offense right now has been clicking. And their defense has totally been playing really well, which has been allowing them to win these games. Because so far, Carolina, they can stop the run, they can stop the pass, they can give you issues. And so far, the Rams have a really great defense as well. Like, they don't like to play a lot of man, they play a lot of zone on defense, but they can stop the run really good. They're good at getting pressure. And they do have a top 3 offense in football. And I don't think so basically, I don't think it's a good matchup for the Panthers because the Panthers, even despite having a good offensive line and a good running game, I just really think the Panthers are going to get tested on both sides of the ball in this game. So basically, the Rams are coming. Basically, the Rams are going to be favored in this game. So I'm picking the Rams to win because the Rams are just a more complete team. They have the better quarterback and coaching staff. and I just don't believe in this Panthers team to do enough to at least like move on to the divisional round. And I just don't really think the Panthers offense is going to be able to keep up with the Rams. And I really think that, the Rams are probably going to score like in the 30s somewhere. And I feel like having Devontae Adams back is probably going to help. I feel like, Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, that's going to be too much for the Panthers secondary to handle. And so far, the Rams pretty much have a better defense and a better pass rush. And the Panthers don't have a great pass rush, so yeah. And the Rams' run game has been really good, so I really think the Rams should win this game. So I got the Rams winning. Then we got the San Francisco 49ers against the Philadelphia Eagles. So far, this game right here can definitely go either way. Obviously, I just really think that the game's in Philly and they're at home. And when I look at the Eagles pretty much have a better defense than San Francisco. And San Francisco's defense has been a little bit up and down a little bit because so far, despite the injuries, they've been finding ways to win some games. On the Eagles so far, their offense has not been really good for the most part because we already know they can't run the football, they can't throw the football. But their defense does a really good job stopping the run and the pass, which I can totally get the Niners' offense issues. But when I look at the Niners' defense, they do a good job stopping the run, but they just can't stop the pass at all. So if the Niners, if they can find a way to get pressure on Jalen Hurts and contain the run game, maybe there's a chance that the Niners could definitely pull this off. But I would not be surprised if Philly won this game. But I think it all comes down to see which defense gets more stops and see which offense can thrive. And so far, I think it's going to be, which I don't really know who it's going to be. But so far, the Niners, like I said, they're dealing with injuries though, which on defense, which that could allow the Eagles' offense to thrive. But so far, their run game has been a little bit up and down, and their passing game has been a little bit up and down. So yeah. So basically, this game right here is going to be fun to watch. I could argue saying the Eagles are a better team from a talent standpoint, but at the same time, I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go with San Francisco to win this game because I just think the 49ers so far, I just really think they're just a much more like. I just think they're like. I just think they can do enough offensively to control the game, keep Hurts off the sideline, and I just really think with their defense, I think they can find a way to stop the Eagles' run game, and I think they can find a way to get pressure on Jalen Hurts to contain him in the running and passing game. And I feel like Robert Sala's going to get his guys going, and I just really feel like the Niners do have a better coaching staff in this game because I trust Kyle Shanahan more than the Eagles coaching staff and Nick Sirianni. So yeah, I'm gonna take San Francisco to win this game, to pull off the upset to move on to the divisional round. Then we got next game. We got the Green Bay Packers against Chicago Bears. Obviously, this is going to be a fun matchup to watch. Obviously, this game right here, this can go either way. I kind of called it my trap game because, I just really think that, when I look at it, both teams, are evenly matched, because last time when these two teams play, I mean, the Packers won the first matchup and then the Bears won the second matchup. Obviously, I just really think that, when I look at the Bears, the Bears pretty much have a better defense overall than Green Bay, in my opinion. But Green Bay's defense so far, as I look at Green Bay's defense, Green Bay's defense has been declining a little bit, but it's still been the same. I mean, they're 12th overall defense, and the Bears have 27 overall defense. I mean, so far the Packers do have better defense than the Bears, but the Packers offense went to mid, and the Bears offense is 6. Like, they have the best passing in offense and best rushing offense in football. And so far, the Packers are dealing with injuries on defense, which is allowing them to lose this game. But their offense is playing a lot better than their defense. But I think the Bears so far, without Micah Parsons, I think the Bears, they can run the football a little bit because they wasn't able to get much going on offense last week against the Lions. I think they can get their offense going, score points. And I feel like with the Bears having Rome Odunze back, I feel like it could totally help their offense. But the Bears, they should be able to get their offense back, which that can totally help. But yeah, and Dennis Allen's doing a really good job with his defense because we already know the Bears defense leads the league in turnovers. And so far, the Packers, their defense so far, it has not been playing well since Micah Parsons left. Because we've seen them when they played against the Ravens, they got ran by the Ravens. But I actually really think Ben Johnson can do a good job scheming things up offensively against this Packers defense. Because he did that last time with the Lions. I feel like he will do it this time with the Packers. Because I feel like Ben Johnson, he's gonna beat the Packers this time. So basically, this game right here, like I said, can go either way. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if Green Bay won. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be competitive. But I'm going to go with the Bears here to win this game, to win and finally win a playoff game for the first time in a couple of years to move on to the divisional round. I just really think that the Bears are a little bit more healthier, and I just really think, the Bears offensively can do enough to at least, control the game, keep Love off the sideline, all that. So, yeah. I wouldn't be shocked that the Packers won, but I just really think the Bears are going to win because they're more healthier. So yeah. Now moving on to divisional round. We got the Texans versus the Patrons. Obviously, the Patrons, like I'm saying, this game right here can definitely go either way, and when I look at it, I just really think that this could be my trap game of the week because this game right here can go either way. Because both of their defenses are really good, but it's hard to see which defense I trust more. But so far, you know, I just really think that, it's hard to see which defense I trust more because I just really think that when you look at it from a perspective, I just really think that, when I look at this, you know, the Patriots are really good at home with their defense, and so far the Texans are really good at home on the road. Especially their offense has been clicking very well. But it's hard to see which defense do I trust more. But you can argue saying the Texans do have a better defense than the Patriots, though. But at the same time, the Patriots defense is playing a high level, and Drake May is playing against a really good defense. And Texans defense has really done a good job, containing good quarterbacks. But I feel like if the Texans defense come out with a plan to contain Drake May, I think it's going to be, I think they can find a way to go on the road and win this game, which I would not be shocked that that happened, but I can see it happening though, which that could totally lead towards this game, like to see who comes down to the wire. But both these two teams have talent, like Texans and Patriots both have talent on offense and defense. But in my opinion, I just really think that the Patriots, I feel like the Patriots could have the edge because I feel like Drake Mays might be playing as MVP in this game. So basically, I am gonna go with the Patriots to win because I just feel like the Patriots so far are gonna find a way to control the game, keep Stroud off the field, and I just really think I trust the Patriots offense a little bit more than the Texans offense because Texans offense on the road has been struggling at times, but they've been better. But I think New England's gonna come out with it. So yeah. Then we got the Bills versus Broncos. Obviously, this game right here can go either way. Now, this game is in Denver, where it is tough to play at, especially with their defense. And so far, like the Broncos defense hasn't playing really good against good quarterbacks at the time, which it pretty much has. So yeah. But at the same time, when I look at their offense is not really good. It's pretty mid. But the Bills defense can do enough to get pressure on it. But I feel like at the Broncos, can Denver win their defense dominate? Sure. But at the same time, I just really think that when I look at it from a perspective, I just really think that the Broncos, I just think Denver pretty much has, I just really think that Denver pretty much has, the defense to get after Josh Allen and limit him. But at the same time, the Broncos, like they pretty much do have a little bit of an offense though to score on Buffalo, but Buffalo's defense is really sound and they have one of the best pass defenses in football. But their run defense is not great. But the Broncos defense on all cylinders are good. But the Bills, that's something that the Bills offensively can struggle with. But at the same time, I think this game right here is going to be a lot closer. It could be competitive. I feel like it's probably going to be a little bit of a lower scoring game because both of their defenses are very sound. But I'm going to go with the Bills here to make the AFC Championship game once again. I'm going to go with the Bills here because I just think the Bills so far are just a more complete team in my opinion. And they have the better quarterback as well, who I trust more. I trust Allen more than Bo Nix. And I just trust the Bills' offense more to get it done. Especially the Broncos' defense like to play a lot of man coverage, which I think the Bills, even though he doesn't have a lot of good weapons around him, I feel like he can take advantage of a Broncos defense as well. So, yeah, I'll take the Bills to win that game. Then we got the Rams versus the Bears. Overall, this game right here can definitely go either way. I mean, the game's in Chicago as well. So don't get me wrong, it's in Chicago. Now, I do call this my trap game of the week because, this game can go either way because, the Bears at times lose at home. And then when I look at the Bears so far, the Bears pretty much, have a really good, like I've been saying, they do have a really good home field advantage, but the Rams defense is really good, especially with their offense as well being good. I don't know if I really have a lot of faith in the Bears defense to get some stops against the Rams offense because so far the Rams offensively are really good, especially their passing offense. I just don't really know the Bears defense is going to be able to get a stop there because the Bears, they like to play a lot of soft zone coverage, especially they play a lot of man, and they have been mediocre against the run all year. Like their defense has totally not been great all year, but it has been forcing some turnovers. But at the same time, they are allowing a lot of points. I think this game right here can totally be a high scoring game because I feel like both of their offenses are gonna score in the 30s. But I don't know which defense who I trust to stop. But I'm probably gonna see because Stafford's playing at an MVP level as well, and so as Caleb as well. I mean Caleb, like he's not really a playoff caliber quarterback in my opinion, but he's been having his moments. But if he can do enough, like the Rams, like they don't have any corners that can match up well with the Bears receivers, which that can totally the Bears offense can take advantage of because the Bears got a lot of weapons on offense that can do it, like DJ Moore, Roman Dunze, Colston Lovell, Cole Kmet, Luther Burton, and they do have a run game as well. But if Ben Johnson can do enough to at least get after Chris Shula's defense, I think the Bears find a way to win this game, especially with them controlling the game and keeping Stafford off the sideline, which that could allow. But yeah, the Bears are at home in this game, but you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and just pick the Bears to go to the NFC Championship game. I'm just gonna go ahead and just take the Bears to win just because I think the Bears so far, I like the Bears so far, and I really think the Bears are gonna win this game as well because I just really think the Bears are gonna have that momentum coming in this game. So yeah, so far, I like the Bears here to win this game at home. So yeah, to move on to the NFC championship game. I'm just gonna go ahead and just say uh actually is that I'm gonna switch this up. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say the Texans are gonna win in the divisional round, and I'm gonna go say the Rams win this game in the divisional round. So next game we have the San Francisco 49ers against Seattle Seahawks. Obviously, this game right here can definitely go either way. Obviously, last time when these two teams played, they split it. Seattle Niners won the first matchup, Seattle won the second matchup. And so far, just playing Seattle, like I said, it is a tough environment to play at, especially with their crowd noise and with their defense overall. But at the same time, the Niners might be able to get back Fred Warner, which that can totally help. But the Niners may not have enough talent overall to do it. But Seattle does have a really good defense and really good pass rush that can really get after you. Because we seen that last week, especially when they played on that Saturday night game. We seen Seattle's defense get after the Niners offense. Like they was able to shut it down. And I feel like, if the Niners offense can thrive in this game, I feel like they have a legitimate chance to like win this game. But I think this game right here is going to come down to the wire to see which offense I trust more. And I think Seattle's offense is playing a lot better ball, and so is the Niners as well. But I feel like the Niners may not have the talent though, but maybe if their defense can find a way to get after Sam Darnold, I feel like, that could help. But at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and just pick the 49ers to win to go on to the NFC Championship game because I just think when I look at the 49ers, I just really think that the Niners pretty much are a much more complete team, in my opinion, in Seattle. And I just really think that, the Niners can do enough offensively, control the game, keep Darnold off the field, which that can help. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take the Niners to win to go on to the NFC Championship game. So yeah. And then we got the NFC Championship game. We got the Bills versus the Houston Texans. Obviously, so far, this game right here can definitely go either way. Obviously, so far the game is in Houston in this game, and so far the game's in Buffalo. So yeah. So far, I really think that when I look at this game, the Texans pretty much have a really good defense at home, and the Bills pretty much do. But when I look at it from a standpoint, I just really think that when I look at this matchup, I just really think that the Bills, pretty much have a very good defense that can stop the run. But the Texans defense at times can get ripped up, but they haven't been ripped up at times. But I just really think that the Josh Allen can do enough to at least like get after the Texans defense because the Texans so far won that matchup with their defense. I think the Bills so far with their offensive experience, I think they can find a way to get after that because they wasn't able to do it this time, but I think like they can do it this time around. So yeah, can the Texans win their defense dominate? Sure, but I just don't know if I can trust their offense to do enough to get to like a Super Bowl. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bills to win to head towards Super Bowl 60. Then we have the San Francisco 49ers against the Los Angeles Rams. Obviously, this game right here can definitely go either way. Obviously, so far, when I look at this matchup, I just really think that when I look at it from a standpoint, I just really think that this game right here can definitely go either way. And so far, this is an NFC West rivalry. And when I look at it from a standpoint, both of their defenses are really good. And so far, they're going to get Fred Warner back, which that pretty much totally could help. And so far, the Niners pretty much will have a much more better defense than they had before, which that can help. And I feel like Fred Warner coming back in this game could help, which I heard news saying that Fred Warner could return for the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl, which that could. So the Niners could be making a comeback there, which that could be a huge upgrade to that defense. And so far, the Rams defense is really good at home, and their offense is really good at home as well. But sometimes the Niners, I feel like they pretty much got the Rams number because I pretty much feel like they have the offense to get after the Rams defense. And so far, even with Mac Jones, the Niners won that game with their being injured. But I feel with their offense being out. But I feel like, with their offense getting healthy and their defense, getting a little bit healthier towards the end of the year, like to the NFC Championship game, I really think the Niners are just going to win this game because I think they're just going to be a much more better team, in my opinion. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the Niners to advance the Super Bowl in their home stadium because I just really think the Niners pretty much have, they pretty much have a young weapon core with Ricky Pearsall, George Kittle, and Juwan Jennings that can rip up any defense like the Rams. So the Rams don't really have the corners to match up well with them because George Kittle, Ricky Pearsall, and Juwan Jennings have been amazing. So yeah. And I think that Robert Saleh will do a really good job with his defense if he's still there to at least like confuse Stafford, which he did that last time, which I think he could do it again. So giving the Niners to win and advance to Super Bowl 30. So advance Super Bowl 60. Then we got the Niners versus Bills in the Super Bowl. So obviously, so far this game right here can definitely go either way. Like I think it's gonna come down to the wire to see which offense who I trust more. Now, as I look at it from a standpoint, I feel like Josh Allen, in my opinion, I feel like Josh Allen, in my opinion, he's pretty much a better quarterback than Purdy, but at the same time, he does a really good job at confusing defenses. Like he does a really good job confusing defenses, but which I think the Bills can do enough there. But at the same time, when I look at it from a standpoint, it's hard to see which offense who I trust more. And I just really think that, when I look at it from a standpoint, it's hard to see who I want to win because, so far I just really think that, it's hard to see which defense I trust more because so far the Niners defense has not been playing good for the most part, but it's been getting better like week after week. But so far the Bills defense is getting better week after week. But I kind of really feel like it's going to be a high scoring game in this game because so far both their offenses are really good. Now, you can argue saying the Bills do have a better run game than the Niners because and you can argue saying that the Niners do have a really good passing offense in the Bills. But it's hard to see which offense I trust more. In my opinion, I think that the Niners got better weaponry than the Bills because the Bills at times are bad against the pass. But at the same time, in my opinion, I feel like Josh Allen, Bills are a better team, in my opinion, than the Niners. So yeah, I mean that's something you can make a good argument out of. But so far, I feel like this game right here is going to be close, and I feel like it will be competitive. But at the same time, I'm going to go with the Niners to win Super Bowl, win it all, because I just really think the Niners has what it takes to win the Super Bowl, and I think they have what it takes to at least win it all as well. Because I just think the Niners overall defense can find a way to get after Josh Allen and make life difficult on him. And I just really think that, the offense can do enough to at least get after the Bills defense. And I feel like Kyle Shanahan can do enough, to at least like out scheme the Bills, especially offensively. And Robert Saleh can do enough to confuse Josh Allen as well and the coaching. So yeah, I really trust the Niners coaching more, in my opinion, to win this game. So I'm just gonna take the Niners to win Super Bowl 60. So yeah. Well, as you know, those are all my NFL playoff predictions for this week. Thank you guys for watching. And don't forget, if you disagree with me, just let me know in the comment section below who you got winning Super Bowl 60 as well. So you can just go ahead and just make your playoff brackets just so far, at least by this week before Saturday. Just make sure you do it because I'm doing mine now. So so thank you guys for watching. Like again, Mayo Jones, big fan. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.